Hello and welcome to my channel. Today's video I would like to dedicate to Giorgio Armani products. We're going to be talking about brand new release, this concealer from Armani Luminous Silk, and all the other products that I love using but I never talk about on my channel. So if you're interested to see how did that go, then carry on watching. For today's makeup application, I would like to use my usual Embryolaze. I already took a liberty and applied it on my face off camera, so you don't have to watch that. And I spritz my face with this beauty elixir. I love this product. It is fabulous and it helps me to revive my skin, and I've noticed that it is improving the appearance of my skin over time when I use it more frequent. Please excuse all the blemishes and imperfection on my face. I think it's because it's a very nerve-wracking time and I am very stressed out, as we all are, I can imagine. But putting that aside, we're here for the makeup and to break away from the real world. So I'm gonna grab my mirror. And since we are talking about Giorgio Armani makeup only, well, for the most parts, I would like to apply my favorite, one of the favorite foundations, which is this one. This is a Luminous Silk foundation by Giorgio Armani. I have it in the shade 4. I'm gonna give it a little shake as always. This foundation, I find that it is perfect for summertime. Everyday time is a good time. I really like how light it is, and it's not really needing much effort in order for it to look good on your skin. So this is the result of applying my foundation. It is extremely light. It is easy to layer the product, so it is buildable and perfect for everyday summertime foundation. I do have some dry patches on my forehead, so please ignore that. I'm trying to cover it up as much as I can so it doesn't look particularly disgusting, but it's something that I have to battle with, and that's part of the life. The next step is applying the concealer, and of course we are going to be using the brand new concealer from Armani. I have it in the shade number 2. It is Luminous Silk Concealer, so these two meant to complement each other. I have this concealer for probably 3 weeks plus now. I just never got around to film the review, so here's my chance. I know I'm late to the party, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna give it a little shake. A little bit about this concealer. It retails for $38 plus tax. It comes in 20 shades. It is suited for all skin type. It is light, radiant finish, and it is buildable. What else does it say on the box? It is made in France. It contains 12 milliliters of product, or 0.40 fluid ounces. Right, so let's just begin applying the concealer. Okay. On one side, I'm going to be using the sponge. It is from Real Technique. I really like these cutesy little sponges. And this is the result. As you probably can see, it is extremely light. And if you feel like you need more coverage, you certainly should apply more, but I would say that this concealer applies more to those who actually looking for a little more illuminating rather than hiding factor. I don't think this one will give you much of a coverage if you have dark circles. Maybe I'm wrong, and because I tend to stay away from layering too much product for under my eyes. But overall, for me personally, for my needs, this is more than enough. On the other eye, let's just try applying it with my artiste brush. So this is the result of applying with my artiste brush. This is number 6 oval brush, and I would like to mention that with this brush you will achieve the results much quicker rather than applying it with the sponge. A sponge requires 2 applications of the product. Due to the fact that this concealer has 6 months shelf life, I think you might as well just use it to the max and apply as much as you like, layer it, do what have you. I'm gonna get a little more concealer and apply it on my chin, on my forehead, trying to hide my blemishes. Just gonna use brush. In order to fix my concealer, I am going to use my décolleté powder. I love using my Charlotte Tilbury airbrush, whatever the name of the product is, airbrush flawless finish. However, I only have it in a shade 2, and that is too dark for my winter skin appearance. So I'm just gonna get a little bit of a décolleté and just dab dab dab. So concealer is done. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use a contour for my face, and for that I love using this product once again from Giorgio Armani. It is called a contour. This is what it looks like. It has a doe-flit applicator. So what I do, I just do this. Then I'm getting the Sigma brush, the dual fiber, and I just disperse it like so. I don't think there are many bloggers giving the time of the day to this contour, but I like it. For my eye makeup, I'm going to step out of Armani zone, and I'm gonna grab this eye pencil by Marc Jacobs. These are, what's it called? Twinkle Pop. It's an eye stick. I really like these little eyeshadows. I don't know why they are not really, once again, getting much time of the day from the bloggers. This is what it looks like. I really like these. So what I do, I tend to apply it on my eye. I'm just getting a brush and apply. Eye pencil. This is what these eyeshadow look like that. Bite Daddy also has a very similar product, and I believe that Laura Mercier as well. So I do like these little eyeshadows that are easy breezy. I'm gonna get this pencil from NARS, this one in the shade Velvet Eyeliner. What shade is it? Mambo. Okay. The brush that I've used today for achieving these eyeliner wings is this one from It Cosmetics. I think it's just standard It Cosmetic brush that is dual ended. I'm gonna get this eyelash curlers from Laura Mercier. And for today's mascara, I'm going to be using this one from Giorgio Armani. This is my favorite Ice to Kill classic mascara. I love this mascara. This is the brush. So this is today's mascara. Once again, it is number 1 classic Ice to Kill. For today's blush, I'm going to be using this one, a blush and a shade. I don't know, there's no shade, it just says a blush. So once again, this is how the applicator looks like. For today's lipstick, I would like to use this Lip Maestro by Giorgio Armani. This is one of my favorite shades, and this formula is just so nice. Before I'm going to apply it, I'm going to go into my lip balm. And I'm going to grab my lipstick. This is what the shade looks like. I love this lipstick. So this is the end results for today, and I have been using, as promised, my favorite Armani products that I have been reaching for the longest of time. So those are the ones that I love using, apart from this concealer because it is new. A couple of words about each product. First of all, this foundation, I love using it. It is very moisturizing. I feel like it is super light. It's perfectly suited for summertime and for the winter time, for not much makeup day times. It's just perfect. It's very moisturizing, does not dry me out, does not emphasize my pores, and works with my dry skin. I love using this foundation. Next in line, we did use this concealer. I like this concealer, and I think it is genuinely a perfect match for this foundation. It describes it very well. Buildable yet light. I find that if you want a little more coverage, this one is achievable, the coverage as in, but you'll have to layer a lot of product on you. And if this is your thing, then by all means, go ahead, do your thing. What I found that if I use with this concealer, if I use my sponge, then I will need a lot more concealer to achieve the coverage that I need, despite the fact that I don't have dark circles under my eyes. It's just more for illuminating purposes I use the concealer. So this is method number 1. I like it, but it's not my favorite. My favorite number is this brush number 6 by Artis. I find that I achieve much more flawless coverage, and it's easier this way by using this brush, and it's not soaking up product at all. So these two are working out beautifully. I am not insisting that you have to have an Artis brush in order to apply this concealer, but my humble opinion is that brush is a better application, although that depends what you're trying to achieve. I find for my personal liking these two working beautifully, and it will give me more coverage rather than more sheer. But overall, it is moisturizing and it's very sheer. Buildable, but still sheer. Very light. So next in line, we're going to talk about this contour from Armani. I really like it. Some people think that it is patchy and it's very difficult to apply. I disagree. I think that this works beautifully. I think it is the matter of finding a right brush, applying it. And should you decide to use your sponge, do not wet your sponge, otherwise it just simply will soak in all of the product and you will be left with nothing, because this is a liquid itself, so it's not easy to kind of like disperse it evenly. This sponge is dry. It's from previous time that I have been using my makeup, so it's not all that disgusting and dirty. It's stored away from the dust, but it was dry, and this is the best method I found. And when it comes to the blusher, where is it? This blusher, same thing. I've applied it with the dry sponge. I love how it applies on my face. It is a little bit patchy now and again, and if you apply it on certain foundations, sometimes it could eat away the foundation, so you have to bear that in mind. But it works very well with my Luminous Silk foundation, so I'm more than happy with what it gets me. And one other thing about this blusher, that it stays on well and truly. And one of the tips that I would have for you who did use too much of any product, a bronzer, whether it's a blush, all you have to do is just grab your sponge, wet sponge. Today I did use my artiste brush for applying my foundation, and just tap gently, don't drag, don't pull, just tap over the mess that you have created, and that will even it out and will make it a bit more plausible to look at. So that is a small tip if you need one. Today, for my eyeshadows today, I did use these eye sticks from Marc Jacobs. I like these eyeshadows. They're very easy to work with, and once again, Giorgio Armani has the very similar style eyeshadows that are just smudge them all over your eyeball and just good to go. That will be perfect, easy breezy makeup. It's just so happened that I threw away mine, and at least if I wouldn't have used them, I would have shown them to you, but I can't do that because they are gone. Going back to Armani, what do we have? It's this mascara. This mascara, I have been using this for the longest of time. This is one of my oldie but goodie product, and I'm talking about particular classic mascara, because they have the not classic, the usual, I don't know, I don't remember the name of it, but this one is great. I love it, and it works with my eyelashes. I do have long eyelashes, so length is not something that I'm looking for. I'm looking for my eyelashes to be a bit more defined, and so this does just that. Works perfect on me. Thank you very much. So that's that. And the last but not least, we've used this Lip Maestro by Armani. I love this lipstick. It feels like nothing, very moisturizing, long lasting, perfect formula for every lip. And I think the shade that I have here, 500, it's so universal. I think it suits any style of a lady or gentleman that is using makeup. I think it's just very, very universal color. So these are the guys that I have been loving and using a lot, and this new concealer is definitely a hit with me. I love it. I would strongly recommend it. If you can, please try them. And on this fantastic note, I would like to end today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comment down below what you think about this review, and join me on my Instagram. I would love to have you, and I'll see you in my next one. But for now, it's bye-bye.